In a stunning twist that's rocking the NFL rumor mill to its core, word on the street is that Micah Parsons, yes, that Micah Parsons, the face of the Cowboys defense, may have secretly inked a deal with none other than the New England Patriots. Let that sink in for a second. One of the most explosive, versatile, and dominant defensive players in the league, reportedly walking away from Dallas and heading straight into the arms of Bill Belichick's fortress up north. The whispers started quietly, just a few cryptic tweets, some subtle unfollows on social media, but in the last 48 hours, they've erupted into a full-on frenzy. League insiders are buzzing, fan forums are melting down, and Cowboys Nation is in full-blown disbelief. If this rumor proves true, it would be one of the biggest shocks in recent memory, not just because who left, but where he went. The Patriots, really the team that's been known more for their rebuild lately than for blockbuster signings. There's something deeper going on here, something layered, strategic, and potentially personal. Because when a player like Parsons makes a move like this, especially to a franchise like New England, it's not just about money. It's about message, and what a message it would send not just to Dallas but to the entire NFL. Think about it, Micah Parsons has been the emotional anchor and spiritual center of the Cowboys defense since the moment he stepped onto the field. He didn't just play, he dominated. He became a leader, a symbol of Dallas grit, and a player who looked like he'd wear the star until retirement. So for him to reportedly turn his back on the team that drafted him, developed him, and hyped him into superstardom, it's sending shockwaves through the Cowboys organization. Sources close to the situation claim that there's been tension bubbling behind the scenes. Disagreements over scheme usage, lack of input in personnel decisions, and of course the elephant in the room, contract negotiations. Parsons was eligible for an extension, and while Dallas played coy, dragging things out, it seems New England was watching and waiting. If this signing truly happened under the radar, it's not just a coup for the Patriots, it's a dagger for Dallas. It's betrayal with a capital B. And for Cowboys fans who've been dreaming of Parsons leading them to a Longo Verde Super Bowl, it's pure heartbreak. But let's not forget who's behind the curtain in New England. Bill Belichick might be facing criticism for recent seasons, but you don't build a dynasty without understanding talent and timing. If he really pulled this off, quietly swooping in to nab a generational defender like Parsons, it means he sees something. Maybe he believes Parsons is the new face of a Patriots resurgence, a player to build a whole new chapter around. Think of the comparisons already being made: Parsons as the next T.D. Bruschi, the next Willie McGinnis, a hybrid monster who can rush the passer, cover tight ends, and bring that classic Patriots toughness back to Foxboro. And don't underestimate how appealing that vision could be to a guy like Micah. Despite his star status, Parsons has always carried a chip on his shoulder. He thrives on proving people wrong. If he felt underappreciated or disrespected in Dallas, joining Belichick's system might have felt like the ultimate reset, both professionally and emotionally. A place where he could elevate his game and control his legacy on his terms. Patriots fans should be hyped. Cowboys fans, they're still picking their jaws up off the floor. Now, if you're Jerry Jones waking up to these rumors, how do you even begin to react? Jones is known for his aggressive moves, for throwing money at problems, and rarely losing stars to free agency, let alone to rival franchises. But if this rumor has legs and Parsons is truly gone, it raises serious questions about the internal state of the Cowboys. Did they underestimate just how frustrated Micah was behind the scenes? Did they drag their feet on contract talks too long, assuming loyalty would outweigh leverage? Sources hint that Parsons' camp was growing increasingly annoyed with Dallas' lack of urgency and transparency. Meanwhile, the Patriots, calm, methodical, apparently made their pitch months ago. They reportedly offered not just money but vision, a defensive scheme built around him, leadership status, creative freedom, respect. That's the kind of approach that hits differently when you feel like a pawn instead of a partner. Jones has never been one to back down, but losing a generational talent like Parsons, especially without compensation, could haunt him. And you better believe fans and analysts alike will be demanding answers. Let's not overlook the locker room dynamic here. Micah Parsons wasn't just a name on the depth chart. He was the heartbeat of that defense, a tone setter, an energy bringer. He made plays that flipped momentum, riled up the crowd, and fired up his teammates. Losing a player of that magnitude is more than just a tactical loss, it's an emotional one. Cowboys players reportedly found out about the possible move the same way the rest of us did, through whispers online and text alerts blowing up their phones. Some are stunned, others are furious, and a few off the record are even sympathetic. They saw Parsons grinding every day, speaking up in team meetings, holding guys accountable. If he truly felt pushed away or undervalued, maybe his departure was more a cry for change than a cash grab, but regardless of the reason, his exit leaves a massive leadership void. That's something money can't replace, and with the season just around the corner, you have to wonder, will the Cowboys rally around the betrayal and use it as fuel, or will it fracture them completely over in New England? Though the mood is reportedly electric, the Patriots have been starving for a defensive identity ever since their dynasty years began to fade. Sure, they've had solid pieces, but not that guy, the one opposing team's game plan around the one who becomes a nightmare on every down. Parsons could be that guy. Imagine Belichick drawing up exotic blitz packages with Parsons as the center of chaos. Line him up on the edge, drop him into coverage, blitz him up the A-gap, it doesn't matter. The versatility he brings is a defensive coordinator's dream. And if there's one coach who knows how to maximize a player's strengths, it's Belichick. Don't be surprised if under his guidance Parsons hits even greater heights than he did in Dallas. That's a terrifying thought for AFC offenses. And if the Patriots really pulled off this move without any leaks, it's a testament to how tight their internal culture still is. Maybe this is the spark that reignites the fire in Foxboro. A new leader, a new identity, a new era. But let's talk motivations, because this whole thing feels personal. From everything we've heard, Parsons was proud to be a Cowboy. He loved representing Dallas. He spoke often about legacy, about winning a championship for the city, about building something lasting. So for him to allegedly walk away like this, it suggests something changed. Something broke. Maybe it was the lack of playoff success. Maybe it was the way the front office handled his extension talks. Maybe it was how the team treated other veterans. Or even how they failed to evolve the defense around him. One source close to his camp mentioned broken promises and internal drama that's been brewing for over a year. That's heavy stuff. And while we don't have confirmation yet, it would explain why he'd choose a team like the Patriots, who are all about structure, focus, and respect. It's less about glitz, more about grind. Parsons has always prided himself on being a student of the game. And in Belichick, he may have found a mentor who speaks his language. This wasn't just a move. It might have been an escape. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. As for Cowboys Nation, the reaction has been swift and brutal. Social media is flooded with heartbreak, anger, and disbelief. Some fans refuse to believe it, calling the whole thing a hoax or a misdirection. Others are already burning jerseys, flooding Jerry Jones mentions with fire emojis and furious rants. There's no sugarcoating it, this rumor cuts deep. Parsons represented hope. He was supposed to be the anchor for the next decade, the cornerstone of Dan Quinn's defense, the guy who could finally help Dallas overcome its playoff demons. Losing him, especially to a team like the Patriots, feels like betrayal on multiple levels. Fans are demanding transparency. They want to know what went wrong, who dropped the ball, and whether this franchise is truly serious about competing at the highest level. Because if you can't keep a talent like Parsons happy and in-house, what does that say about your future? It's a gut punch. And the timing couldn't be worse. With camp right around the corner, this kind of distraction could derail the entire season before it even starts. Meanwhile, the league is watching and reacting. GMs are reportedly scrambling to verify the details, trying to understand how such a high-profile move could have happened so quietly. Agents are studying the reported deal, curious about the structure, the timing, the mechanics. Other players are taking notice too. Parsons is respected across the league for his work ethic, intelligence, and versatility. If he really chose to walk away from Dallas, it sends a loud message to other stars in similar situations. Don't wait around. Don't let loyalty override leverage. The NFL is a business, and the smart players are treating it that way. You can bet front offices are revisiting their own contract negotiations, trying to avoid similar fallouts. In a way, Parsons may have just shifted the entire balance of player power in the NFL, not by holding out,